Alright everyone, so in the Ms. P quest there is a big problem. Let's talk about it. So after we get the bittersweet badge, we get a little cutscene with Mr. P and Mrs. P. This cutscene is right before Mr. P checks on the piggy household and then he comes back and Mrs. P is infected. In this cutscene we can clearly see that Mrs. P is wearing her hat while farming. So when Mrs. P gets infected she is also wearing her hat. But in the Mrs. P build mode NPC quest, we can blow up the Mrs. P window in the city. Inside is Mrs. P's bedroom with her hat on a hat stand. Now you may be able to see the issue here. How is Mrs. P's hat on the stand if she got infected? Now there may be some possibilities here. One is that this is just an error and Minitoon made a mistake. The second is that this isn't Mrs. P's and is just similar. However, this is highly unlikely. Next is that Mrs. P could have just gone to the city and put her hat away and went back to the farm, which is again very unlikely. But the most likely option is that some took the hat off Mrs. P after she became infected. Think about this. We don't know what happened to Mrs. P after she got infected. However, in the same room we find the hat in, there is a secret note. It basically says that some people have captured Mrs. P and have to do some stuff to her. Now this claim would hold up except for 110. Why and how would Mrs. P go to the city? Well, maybe she didn't and the person who wrote the note just had the hat and put it in the room. The hat and note are in the same room after all, but that's just a thought. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more piggy content and I'll see you guys next time.